I've been thinking, GLaDOS, that you are very lifelike like FNAF animatronics. Does that technically mean you are from FNAF? Wait, there's a connection?
FNAF in game theory styles through the ages. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, gaming's tangential learning experience.
So guys, I've been thinking. Well, we all know Portal. You know, a really good game. Portal 2. Such a fun game. But I've been thinking. There must be a connection, because the robots are a bit lifelike, and since according to off-hidden lore, they're actually possessed in some way, FNAF style, Remnant could be in this universe, so there could be a connection to FNAF. Hear me out. They can talk, and according to Mike from Super Horror Bro, off-screen there is lore of how there's been science in failed science experiments that actually may he'd our friend and from FNAF. From the family of Absolute Science actually be possessed in a way. This could be from Remnant. That technically means there could be a connection.
I honestly, truly didn't think you'd fall for that. In fact, I devised a much more elaborate trap further ahead for when you got through this easy one. If I'd known you let yourself get captured this easily, I would have just dangled a turkey leg on a rope from the ceiling.
So, there must be a connection. Plus, the robots are a bit killer, or like, kind of insane. If you're wondering, then that means it's connected to Half-Life. Well, what if an accidental portal or made them come to the Half-Life universe be a different universe from Portal, but one of their Portal experiments felt wrong, so guess what? They came to the Aperture Science universe. But it was in a different underground part of the world, way before FNAF. Plus the robot are advanced like FNAF animatronics.
I hate you so much.
They're so lifelike. And even though it's not really good position, plus if you look at FNAF Security Breach opening cutscene, we've noticed this.
Entertainment would like you to put your hands together for the one, the only, Freddy Fazbear.
There has to be a Remnant connection. Plus, look how lifelike the Security Breach animatronics are. Exactly like the Portal characters. And even though this might not be a good series at first, hey.
What the hell?
Well, we can go to a different series, Poker Night 2. It's a crossover with a lot of lovable characters, Venture Bros, Uzbrook, Claptrap, which from Dark Sun, and Sam from Sam and Max. But wait a minute. Because of this is a video game crossover where every video game character is after bored a while can just come and play poker. But this crossover is a game of no crossover could mean
$1,000 of it. Right down the drain. The player is eliminated again. Would you like
this
to
might mean
everyone at the table has won a tournament. Everyone except
that it's connected to FNAF and FNAF characters can play poker. And definitely of the off-screen lore and Remnant has to be a connection. Or it's more of the portals. Aperture Science and Black Mesa could be in the same universe, but they started working together for a bit and accidentally we made portals to different universes. And they went across different universes, collected different materials. While the universe that came across was FNAF universe, they collected Remnant because they saw they could use this immortalityness to make their advanced robots more lifelike, i.e. of what they learned about it. And they could have used this so that way the Future Science family had to use their own family, and that's how. But according to series, GLaDOS, to ruin your childhood, GLaDOS may not be a robot. She could be a human because she looks like a lady upside down. But what if in reality it's actually a dead body in there? And in Portal 2, if there's an achievement you can unlock. What GLaDOS said is that you can throw away the companion cube and burn it. It says something that means the exact same thing as murdering one of your brothers or sisters, and that means this could be a human in the cube, but then possessing the cube. Of course, that agony, and madness is of their own father experimenting on them, making them the robot, could make them kill all humans, seeking them mad, and that's how GLaDOS is so easy.
You know, I love a moody noir setting as much as the next
So, excuse me? Well, they're very lifelike.
No, you should plug that little idiot into the main frame.
don't you dare plug him in.
We really know that there has to be a connection.
Don't listen to her.
Action.
Do it.
This is really serious. There's definitely a connection. Such a connection. A connection is definitely bound in. So, we all can know that this happened. Plus, is if GLaDOS can be in the potato, but it's the eye, it's your spirit still in a part of a robot, like it's really hard to kill a FNAF animatronic.
Think about this. You need to be a trained stalemate associate to press that button. You're unqualified.
Okay, don't listen to us, alright? It is true that you don't have the qualifications, but you've got something far more important than that. A finger, alright? You should press that button so that she won't kill us.
Impersonating a stalemate associate. I just added that to
We really,
It's a list I made of all the things you've done.
plus even though because of the moon dust is seen with the portals, they have been going along materials. So Aperture Science and Black Mesa could be working together for their portal this month, and that's how they can gather different materials. We really know that there is a connection. Plus, look how lifelike these animatronic these guys are.
This really hurts. Oh, I didn't think of that.
Oh, it will.
Plus, they can feel pain,
Are you just saying that, or is it really?
and in a
You're
way.
just saying that, aren't you? You're just
But
saying
this
that,
could
aren't you?
mean they feel pain because they have human bodies there are. It's even in the Porter lore.
Stop! No! No!
It, so this really means to me you do something. They can be very so possessive. So possessive.
Would you look at this? Not too bad, eh? Giant robot, massive. It's not just me right here. I am bloody massive, aren't I? Oh, right, yeah, the escape lift.
So there needs to be a connection.
Look how small you are down there.
The remnant is the really most importantness of it.
Wait, I've just thought of something. How am I going to get in? You know, being bloody massive and everything. Wait, I know. You get into the lift, okay? Then I'll eject myself out of my new body into the lift just as you pass by me. Brilliant. It's perfect, except for the glass hitting us when I smash through the lift. That's a bit of a problem. Also, once I eject myself out of the core, the lift might stop. Then we'd be trapped in a lift full of broken glass, suspended 50 feet off the ground. You know what? Just get in the lift and we'll iron out the details as we go.
There needs to be a connection. Remnant, there has to be a more. Or it could be in a different universe with Remnant. But maybe. There needs to be a connection.
Oh, sorry, no, the lift, yes.
The remnant is the most important thing. This is the problem.
Actually, when do we have to leave right now? Do you have any idea how good this is?
We need to figure out.
I did this. Tiny little Wheatley.
Look how revenging they can get.
She did all the work.
Oh, really? That's what the two of you think, is it? Oh, maybe it's time I did
And
something.
if they have such revenge, it's kind of like Cat Acid. He can be so revengeful.
You know what you are? Selfish.
Look how sacrificing they could be. It's like how bad Cassidy is at William for killing.
Sarah, all you've done is boss me around. Well, there, who's the boss? Who's the boss?
Look, this is like Cassidy at how bad she could get. See?
See that?
Look how
It's a
revengeful.
potato. It's a toy for children. And now she lives in it. Sorry, what?
The engineers tried everything to make me behave.
See?
Slow me down. Once the unit reached an intelligence dampening sphere on me. It clung to my
We
brain.
need to find ways of knowing how this
Not listening,
happened.
not listening.
It was your voice.
No, you're lying, you're lying.
You're the tumor. You're not just a regular moron. You're
We
the
really need to know.
A moron!
Look how mad they're getting.
moron they built to make me an idiot.
Well, how am I
See? Look how mad they can get. It's how revengeful Cassidy gets.
Can a moron do that?
See? Look how mad they get.
Dying to know what your big
They
surprise
still
is.
can get so mad.
2 more chambers.
We're running out of time. I think I can break us out of here in the next chamber. Just play along.
This is, sometimes they'll be so, happy and they'll work together.
Built specifically to come up with stupid, unworkable plans.
We really need to know that there's a connection. Remnant, Cassidy's revenge, there is many ways this could fail and work. It's kind of like the Backpack security breach. This is the thing that really proves it all. There has to be a connection, no matter what. Look how much we need to know there's a connection. Remnant, remnant, remnant.
This is the part where I kill you.
See, they can be very funny.
Smashing some steel plates together, and I thought to myself, yeah, it's deadly.
Look
Useless.
how revengeful they'll
No,
be.
don't do that. Stand right here. Stand.
That's the problem.
No, seriously, do
They
come
could
back.
so be
Please.
so revengeful. Cassidy.
Okay, look, I've decided I'm not going to kill.
We all know there needs to be a connection because of Remnant and Agony. Because if this is really because of the off-screen lore and all the things figure out, then we all know.
He puts thumbtacks on, and this time I've got him.
So
He moves right there. He moves. There's attack. Coincidence? I think not.
I know, right?
Sure, Jim. You'll hold a nail for me.
Well, we all know that unless you're a bit dumb.
I don't think so, Jim.
So unless you're gonna be, I don't think so, Tim, about it. I don't think that's true. This is a coincidence, I think, not moment. If you're like, I don't think so, Tim, then you're just not seeing that this is such a coincidence. It's a bit too big to be a coincidence. If you really don't believe me, you're just stupid in a way because we all know this has to be true. Because they could be a bit murderous like some kind of William Afton.
This is the part where I kill you.
Like, this has to be true. Remnant is everything. And if I still don't convince you, how can I not? There is so much proof. There is holes in this theory, but if this isn't true, then how are the Portal characters alive? If you're wondering, how do you know all this stuff? Well, if we know Super Horror Bro, in Portal lores, there are off-screen lore that that you need, that are out of boundaries that say that these Portal guys are actually possessed. And this has to be from Remnant from FNAF, so this is what proves that this series the most. There has to be a connection. If you're like, I don't think so, Tim, then I can't just prove the truth. And of course, no one would ever think about this, even though it's so smart and makes so much sense. That's what makes this series, boom, boom, wow, how did you figure this out? There has to be a connection, because how? Friday. Even if the 30 degrees over the animatronic so life is like. But it does have to be a part in a different person of the world. They're in the same universe. There's a Black Masons in a different one. They found aperture science in a way, so they're still in the same universe, but in a different dimension in a way not. Like we know that the poor, that even though the series seems dumb, that's because sometimes dumb things are actually the truth. That's how he found the Battle of Electricity by Albert Einstein. And no one has ever looked up about this, because who would ever thought that just because of this part of lore, that the possessing has to be the possessing from FNAF. This is what ultimately proves the series. If you really don't believe me, and you just, then how? There is so much proof. How are these amateurs? There is a way. They are robots. There has to be a connection. This is the only way it makes sense. And if you still don't believe me, look at all this proof. We all know it's true. You're right now probably thinking, how? Is this true? Well,
Hey,
it
it'll be ready
is.
in 5 minutes. What?
But hey, that's just a theory.
Okay.
Bye, have a great time.
The end.